Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on Betkraft. Another beautiful Saturday morning. We have so many games going on across the globe today, and we'll be looking at matches in, several areas of the world today, and quite exciting games are happening today. And we're going to look into this in a short while. That's what we're doing at Delta Países, and also. If you are coming across our video for the first time and you yet to subscribe, take our time to subscribe, as well as like the video and share as well. And also know that we have VIP membership in this very channel. We put out games that having that more likelihood of coming out correctly. The ones that I feel like they're very, very much likely to come out correctly, 100%. It is in the VIP. So do endeavor to join. You can always find the link in the description of this very video or anywhere you see channel membership around this very, very joint channel, for a very, very small token. Okay. And with that said, we head to the business of today, and we have, the first game for today. It is in the French League One. We have Olympique Marseille who will be facing Toulouse. All right, and we start looking at the start for these two sides. You can see for Marseille in the last six matches they've won four, and also they had one draw and one loss. While we said Toulouse have had just one win and they've had four draws and also one loss in the last, six games that they had so far. All right, when you look at how these two sides are fared from home and away perspective, we could see the home side, Olympic Marseille, the last 10 home matches that they have produced 8 wins and a draw. They also had one loss in the last 10 home matches that they have so far. And Toulouse, their away side, have only had 3 victories from the last 10 away games, and they've had two draws as well as 5 losses. But on head-to-head basis, last time both teams met, it was Marseille who won against this very side. It was a 3-2 victory for Marseille on that very occasion. But and also prior to that, we saw Marseille beating this very side from away by 3 goals to 1. That's to say, Marseille have always have the upper hand against Toulouse. The last two meetings I've seen Marseille winning. So here we're going with the home side to take the day in this very encounter. Olympic Marseille to win out shortly. That's a verdict for that very one. All right, the next game we'll have is actually in the Russia Premier League. We have CSK Moscow and Orenburg. CSK Moscow winning 4 matches out of 6. Shows good sign of good form. And for the away side, Orenburg is just one win and a draw. They've lost 4 games out of the last 6 matches. When you take a look at the performances from home and away basis, we consider how they fared from home, the last 10 home matches and last 10 away games for the away side. So when you look at the home side, CSK Moscow, the last 10 home matches, I've seen them winning 8 matches and drawing 2. They've not lost a single match in the last 10 home games. And Orenburg, on the other hand, have had just 2 victories and one draw. They've lost 7 matches from the last 10 away games. All right, the last time both teams met was a draw. It was a 0-0 draw on that very occasion. Before that, we saw CSK Moscow from away having the upper hand against Orenburg by 2 goals to 0 on that very occasion. And also we had a result 5-1 victory for CSK Moscow from home. The last 3 meetings I've seen CSK Moscow winning 2 and the other one being a draw. So in this one, we're going with the home side as CSK Moscow to actually step up and actually win out shortly in this very one. And we expect a home win out shortly. That's our verdict for that very encounter. All right, the next is in Northern Ireland Premiership. We'll have Crusaders who will be facing Coleraine. All right, and looking at the stats that we have here for Crusaders, it is 2 victories and one draw out of the last 6 matches. They lost the 3 games, and Coleraine on the other hand have had 2 wins as well. 2 draws, but also they've lost 2 games out of the last 6 matches that they had so far. Coleraine, all right, from home and away perspective, the last 10 home games for the home side and the last 10 away games for the away side, we do have 3 victories for Color Crusaders. The last 10 home games have produced 3 wins for them and 3 draws. They also had 4 losses in the last 10 home matches that they had so far. And the Coleraine, on the other hand, the away side have actually won 6 games and they've drawn 2. They've also had 2 losses in the last, away 10 matches that they had from away. That's to say 60% of the time they've actually had, very good results in the last 10 away matches. Coleraine have been a very, very good side. The last 2 meetings between two sides saw Coleraine beating Crusaders each time they met, and definitely we're going to expect to see a result for the away side in this one. It is Coleraine, their way side to do very well and actually win out shortly in this very encounter. That's our verdict for that very game. Away win, that's our verdict. Okay, we head to the next game for today. It is in the Switzerland Super League. We have FC Luzern who will be up against the Winterthur. All right, and we look at the results for Luzern. It is one victory and three draws. Also two losses in the last six matches for Luzern. And for the we said Winterthur, we had one win, one draw, and four losses out of the last six games for the away side of Winterthur. And also when we look at the performances between these two sides, from home and away basis, we could see Luzern in the last 10 home matches for them producing two victories and five draws. They also had three losses out of those, last 10 home matches for Luzern. And we side, on the other hand, have had two victories and two draws. They've lost six games out of the last 10 away matches that they have so far. But again, there's something about these two sides. Most of the games that they had also produced lots of goals. We can see for the home side that the last 10 home matches, in the last 10 home matches for them, the last six out of those 10 home games produced over 2.5, and in general the last 10 matches for the home side had 7 over 2.5s in it. That's a lots of goals, and in the results. And for the away side, Winterthur, the last 10 away games that they had produced over 2.5. The last 9 away games that they had produced over 2.5. Last 9 away games saw over 2.5. That's 90% of the time they've had over 2.5. And out of the last 10 away games they had, 9 out of 10 produced over 2.5. That's to say almost all the time that they had their matches from away, they concede and score as well. That's lots of goals. And when we put all this together, it is actually goals that we expect to occur in this very encounter. So we go with a minimum of 3 goals occurring in this very encounter. So it is an over 2.5, and that's over for that very encounter. All right. Over 2.5 as a result for that very one. And before we go today, we have some other games that we want to call, but we may not be putting it on the screen. But we do have Manchester City and Leeds in the English Premier League. We expect to see Manchester City at home side to win outrightly here. So home win from Manchester City, and we also have Brentford and Burnley. We are going to expect a result for Brentford. We expect to see the home side either winning or drawing and under 4.5. So Brentford to win or draw and under 4.5 as well valid for that very one. Okay, and that will conclude our games for you today. Wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes green. Remember, other games that we have will be posted on our VIP special group. You can always endeavor to join that one. You can find the link in the description of the video or anywhere you see join channel membership around this very video, or for a very, very little token. So with that said, tomorrow is another day and we'll be back with our predictions on this very channel. Do not miss out. But until then, keep on it.